Now, if you have an older machine, this is a machine I got, I'm not going to say how old I was, but suffice it to say, this machine is almost 30 years old. It was my first sewing machine. It still works great. And in fact, I was doing a job for a local theater company where I had to sew costumes. And on my other machine, the timing went. And that's something you have to take it into the shop. At least I do. I can't fix it myself. So I was in a panic. It was a Sunday. I still had 2 costumes to make. So I pulled out this old workhorse and it was great. So the anatomy is the same. Okay, you have your thread holder. Okay, you have your loop as I showed you before. If you're making your bobbin, it's the same idea. Okay, in case you have an older machine, I want to make sure I show you this stuff too. You still have to loop it through. Here's your tension though. It's like I said, I showed you earlier, it's not automatic. So you need to know what tension you should be using for the fabric you're using. Okay, loop the thread around. Okay, and then down here into this little hook and then through here. Okay, same idea with the presser foot up and down. Okay. The major difference with these older machines is the bobbin and where it is and how it works. And I'm not going to lie, it is a pain if the bobbin gets tangled, okay? So it's usually in this little compartment. It's going to be right underneath the needle. It has to be, okay, in case you can't find it. So these are not quite as easy to work with as the drop-in bobbin, but if you find that your bobbin thread is tangled, I want to show you how to do it. So these little arms move away, and then it like falls off. So that's kind of a pain. You lift this lever of the bobbin case, okay? Like I said, the whole thing kind of comes apart, but it's really easy to get back together. You just have to, you definitely need 2 hands, which I don't have right now because I'm holding the camera, okay? And you put your bobbin in there, all right? And then you'll put it back together and snap it back into place. So if your bobbin thread gets tangled, you kind of have to do this almost every time. So not quite as simple to use, but it works and it's okay. And as long as you know where to go to untangle your bobbin and put it back in and put it back together, you'll be fine. And in fact, like mine has a diagram here, okay, of how to get it back in if you need that. So long as you know where it is, you should be fine. Also, here's the reverse. Okay, you would hold this down while you press your presser foot. Unlike the newer machines, I hold this down and I don't have to press the presser foot. It just pulls it back. On the older ones, you have to hold it down and press your presser foot. So here's the stitch. This doesn't have many stitches. It just kind of straight and zigzag. So you just dial it to how far you want to zigzag. Okay. Your needle position. Okay, you use with this old knob, okay? Usually you're gonna be in the middle unless you're doing like a zipper or something. And then your stitch length, okay? So the nice thing about these more manual machines is that, less electronics, less technology, the less complicated, things that break and go wrong. Okay, so that's the older machine. So hopefully this is enough information that you could start sewing today if you wanted to. I like to work on a need-to-know basis. Just tell me what I need to know and I'll take it from there. And if you're impatient like me and you don't want to go through weeks of sewing classes, that should be enough to get you started. So if there was a project you've been putting off because you didn't know how to use that machine, go ahead out and get started. Thanks again for tuning in to Imperfect Life.